team talk. Right, Chef. And then we also have another party, 20 people around 7:30 as well. So make sure that everybody is on game point, and then also make sure that you guys count your sushi boats, and everyone went to lunch and break already. Okay? Got it, Chef.
I'm just trying to make it in America.
Hi, my name is Chef Vallerie, and I was born in San Nicolas y Locos Norte. I currently live in Southern California, and I am the executive chef here at Yamashiro Hollywood. That's nice. Nice, okay. When I asked my mom where I was born at, because I didn't really know that I was born in a bakery until I was like 40, you know, because I never really asked. Because all I know that when you, in the province where we're at, when you give birth, you don't go to the hospital. You give birth at home. So I asked my mom where was I born. She goes, "You're actually born in your grandfather's bakery." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, 3 o'clock, you know, the bakery is open, your grandfather's making pandesal and all that stuff." So I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So I was shocked. So I was literally, you can say, I was literally born to bake. I didn't meet my parents until I was 6 years old. So the parents that I knew that raised me were my grandparents. So I had 2 sets of grandparents. I would be shipped off to Loag City, where my father's parents, and then to Batak, where my mom's parents. So to me, that they were our parents, that I didn't know I had a mom and dad. I vividly remember my mom. The last memory I had of her was when I probably was 4. I was playing hide and seek, and I saw her face, and that was it. And the only recollection I have of my dad was this guy in a uniform came to visit my mom, and that was it.
Kanino na to? Ano ka? Sanyo ka. So it's a Japanese thing too.
Hi, I'm Christopher Castillo and Valerie's father.
Hi, I'm Elo Castillo, and I'm Valerie's mother.
And not in Hawaii. Yeah, I know.
Back in the Philippines, life was simple. My father owned a bakery. That's where Valerie, at an early age, she used to stay with her grandfather, watching baking some pastries. That's where probably she was so interested in baking, because we own a bakery in the Philippines.
The last time that I saw my dad, or the first time I was introduced to him, was when we were 6 and my sister was 5. And I remember was going to the airport, and we were told to go with this guy who had a uniform on and leave my grandparents. And it's kind of hard to talk about because, sorry, they were my parents, and to be ripped away from them and go on a plane, it was hard. So it was difficult because I didn't know where I was going. I'm like, "You're taking me away from my parents, and I don't know who you are." And then later I found out that they were my parents. So it was difficult because every day of my life that I remember was with my grandparents, and they raised us to everything. So it was kind of hard to. It was at 6, you don't understand what was going on. Why are they here, or why am I leaving? And it was difficult to transition from your life with your grandparents and moving to another country that only spoke English, and I didn't know how to speak English, and I didn't know how to communicate. So it was difficult.
It was so hard leaving the Philippines, not only leaving the families, but also leaving our life that we were able to build in the Philippines. Then in the States, we're gonna start all over again. It was so hard that a new environment, the people around us, and everything. But we knew that we'll be able to make it.
Coming to the States is it's a good thing, you know, because in the Philippines, you cannot advance or anything like that because there's no job or anything.
My father was in the Air Force. You know, we had good medical. We were able to, he was able to provide for us, but on a salary as a, enlisted Air Force, it was still not enough. You know, we were lucky that the base, we had base housing, but we still had to support, his brother, his parents, and my mom's parents, and, my mom's brother. So I remember we would not have, a nanny or a katulong back home, because back home you had your sister, you had an auntie that took care of you, but my mom would go to work and my sister and I would walk to school, when it was safe to walk to school, and we would come home with a little key around us, and we'd go home, and we would still be there by ourselves. So it's not coming to America or coming from the Philippines to America, it's not like, okay, now we're great now. No, it's not that. You still have to work. You still have to put in your 12 hours. So it was as a child, watching my parents and not for them working that hard, it's like, why do they have to work that hard? When my grandparents would stay home with us, I'd see them every day, but my parents, I didn't see every day. And I didn't understand that until I was a teenager, and I realized that, oh, you have to work, you have to have a job. Your $10 an hour doesn't really last that long. I don't like to talk about my grandparents because every time I talk about them, I cry, because it's difficult, because they were my life, and then just to bring them up, that's why I didn't want to be a chef for a long time. I didn't want to bake for a long time, because every time I did that, it just reminds me of them, and I don't know, it's just that memory that I want to keep to myself, and it's hard to talk about them.